What if we're doing the same things and being slaves to kings that have no right to rule? What if every religion borrowed enough from each other to keep the whole world fooled? What if there's no real reason to do the hateful things that the past kings want us to continue to do? What if cartoons and weed really does speak the truth? What if life was remixed? What if we're in part 2? What if part 1 was a hit? What if it doesn't matter what we do? What if there isn't enough way to deal with this? What if in the end we What if CJO has called it time and time again? And that's why so many people out there wish for a horrible end. What if the words I write are enough to make it evil, so fight back against what God said? What if poetry was the perfect way to teach? What if singing in songs are a perfect way to preach? What if the only reason that if you hate what I do is because it makes your demons screech? As I practice my freedom of speech, don't got on my mind the whole time underneath. What if life was remixed? What if we're in part 2? What if part 1 was a hit? What if it doesn't matter what we do? What if there isn't enough ways to deal with this? What if in the end we we should go still applies to today? What if there's nothing more I could say? What if you were silenced for being every single day? What if none of this is text prompts as they claim? What if we're 10 times deep in the part 1 and 2 and I still say I don't want fame, but what I do is be away from the hateful like you? What if you're just jealous of what I do? And how I do it, I at least shaky, it's gonna be grow true. What if I really did earn mine? What if some of you were just blind? What if the world forgot how to be kind? Because love is hard to find. Getting ready for a part 3 ruled by a select few. But if the next part doesn't include me or you? What if I don't matter any more than you, but for some reason you feel triggered enough to feel like I do? What if the government and other flying monkeys said play juju? What if there's no more what if from which to choose? What if that's the reason why you're drunk hating on cartoons and we sitting there with no food? What if CJO really does have talent enough to set any mood? Let's talk about the ifs. What if? 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 What if? Let's talk about the ifs. What if? Let's talk about the ifs. What if? What if? What if? What if we're doing the same thing?